Okay, this is just a short video on the BioLite stove. It's been around for a while. It's nothing new, but I've just never done a video on it. It's just a wood-burning gas stove, basically, and it's really cool, but it's not very practical for me. I do a lot of hiking, and where this thing's just a little bit too heavy. I prefer a lighter stove camping, but the advantage is all your fuel is all around you, so you won't run out of fuel. All you need is sticks. So it is pretty cool in that sense. And the other drawback, though, is it burns so hot, it's hard to regulate it, and you're constantly feeding the thing with sticks. So today I'm just going to do a quick boil test with, I got 1 cup of water, and I'm just going to make some tea. And that's it. We'll just do a quick boil test. And it is an efficient stove, and it starts pretty quickly, so I'll show you. And one thing I forgot to mention was the BioLite stove. It comes in a orange plastic casing, and it just wasn't very efficient as far as keeping the heat off of it, so that it would basically, this thing heats up, and in the inner core it's supposed to be as cool as possible, and the heat difference is what creates your electricity. So and I'd seen this trick before, where you get some silver tape. I forgot what kind of tape it is. It's been about a year since I did it, but and you just coat it with that, and it keeps the inside of this much cooler, and it works so much better if you ever want to use it to charge anything. I don't know if you can see it or not. I just have the fan on low right now. You can go to high. It's already starting to boil. And Probably can't see it because of the sun. It's been 1 minute and 48 seconds. And that's a full boil. 1 minute and 55 seconds, full boil. But there's an orange line right there. Once that turns green, then that means the battery's been charged completely and it's ready to output power for any kind of USB device. And once I get it green, and the length of time depends on how charged your battery is in here. So if it hadn't been charged in a while, it's going to take a while. But if it's been charged recently, it won't take too long. And once I get it to where it's charging, then I'll put the fan back down to low. That's the way I like to do it, because you can do it either way you want. Leave it on high if you want. But there are pros and cons. This would be more of a, you know, if you just have a complete power grid failure and you need to be able to charge things, this is one option. Of course, there's all kinds of solar power options now. And it just turned green. It's probably been, I turned the timer off, but it's probably been about 6 minutes. So it's not too bad. So it's ready to charge. So I'm gonna put that back down to low. And so if you want to charge something, you just plug it in. Now this thing will stay cool. I can put my hand on the back of it, no problem. And you can see the lights are on. I don't know if you can see that with the sunlight. Yeah, I think you can see it a little bit. Hard to see with that sun though. But that'll charge any USB device. So it's not the most practical thing. It's a little bit bulky, and it's a little bit heavy if you're trying to hike. But it's cool in that it'll use you got fuel all around you with trees and sticks, so you're not going to run out of fuel probably, and you can charge with it. So it's got pros and cons. I don't really use it that much. When I do my hikes, I use either an alcohol stove or a fuel canister stove. Those just tend to work better for me. But you know, it's pretty cool. Some people will probably get some use out of that. So thank you.